welcome to part 2 of our Bruce Timm Spotlight with camera 1 and camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Okay, so part 2 of our Bruce Timm Spotlight. I think we're gonna talk about our with the Bruce Timm continuing from Batman the Animated Series. We're gonna continue with the sequels and spin-offs that happen, which include Superman the Animated Series. We'll start there. What do we have to say, guys?
I enjoy Superman the Animated Series.
It's very
not as much as Batman.
It's very underrated. I think like the. Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry.
We care.
It's okay, camera 2. Don't worry, he's fine.
I think like it doesn't have as much style as the Batman one.
Yeah, it suffers from the fact that they like very openly were trying to recreate the Fleischer cartoons.
Which we'll put up a picture right here.
Love those cartoons.
Or there. Yeah, those are really good, and those are what inspired the Batman cartoons.
Yeah, they're drawing a lot from that stylistically.
Yeah, and I like that they streamlined his origin. That they tied it. They didn't go for the Christopher Reeve, Richard Donner Superman, where it's General Zod and his dad. I mean, it's still there, but it's more. They tied it to Brainiac, which I thought was cool.
Any excuse to include Brainiac is cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna admit something. I never watched it. I think I may have watched like 2 episodes, but it wasn't my thing.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people watched it because
it was only on for like a season or 2 compared to Batman that ran for like 3 and then 5 more and then 3 more.
Well, Batman was Batman the Animated Series and the new Batman Adventures, Batman and Robin, and then the new Batman. I got the timeline.
Yeah,
they just changed the name a couple times and then they kept it going. Yeah,
and then they combined it when they went to WB. It was Batman and Superman Hour, which was a thing, which was
great.
Yeah, and they connected it with this. I don't know if you guys ever saw it, where it was like Batman meets Superman, and then it's like the Joker and Lex Luthor teamed up.
I think I did watch a couple of
They did it
episodes
as like a movie too. They put it out on video as one long story with no commercials. It was great. It has my favorite moment, which is like horribly offensive, is the Joker and Lex Luthor meet for the first time, and you think they're going to fight, and they just snap their fingers, and his henchwoman and Harley Quinn just start fighting for him. But kind of amazing.
My base.
I mean, I think the Superman animated series, I think it was cool because it expanded the world of the DC universe. Yeah. In ways that Batman couldn't. Like they brought in like. I remember when they brought in the Flash. They brought in Dr. Fate at one point, and then they brought.
Didn't they do the New Gods?
What'd you say, Chris?
A little bit.
Green Lantern was also made a cameo.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
but you can just say it. Like they also brought, but it was a Kyle Rayner, but he looked like Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Which is I don't care. I'm all for Kyle Rayner. He's very underrated. My favorite episode was the Dark Side episode, where he kills Dan Turpin. Sorry, spoilers, but it's 20 years. And it was
out for years.
And that one's especially interesting because Dan Turpin was based off Jack Kirby, who created the New Gods, and Dark Side is from the New Gods, and then it was closed with tribute to Jack Kirby.
Because that was the year he died?
Yeah, it was the year
they did that episode? Yeah.
Shout out to Jack Kirby. His
always.
birthday just passed away.
Yeah, always. See the king. I'll get a tattoo of that soon. But yeah, Superman the Animated Series is very cool, very underrated.
It's solid. It's just a solid show.
Series.
From what I saw, it was
super well made.
Yeah.
Bruce Timm doesn't make bad things.
No. But his next thing was pretty damn cool, which was Batman Beyond.
A return to Batman can never go wrong.
It was a direct sequel to the Batman Animated Series storylines. Where we had a new Batman named Terry McGinnis taking up the mantle after his father is killed.
Good.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he was Batman.
That vibe.
Yeah, like,
in the best ways.
Yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of the characters were parallels to Spider-Man villains. Like, he fought a Hunter, which was like Kraven.
Yeah.
He fought Ink, which was like Venom.
That way.
Yeah, like, I think Bruce Timm in an interview, he said that it was like
Batman.
Batman
It's his take on the Marvel Universe, basically. Because there's a Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the Terrific Trio. I remember all these episodes.
Like, so I remember watching the first episode of Batman Beyond was like 45 minutes or an hour, and they aired it in like prime time, and I stayed up and watched it.
Yeah,
like I was so stoked.
I was like, it was a new thing, like
so different. Awesome.
It felt like very like the Matrix, like very like futuristic. And like industrial, like I remember
it has a lot of the cyberpunk vibe to it. Is really strong.
Even the costume was super neat.
And did you guys ever watch Return of the Joker?
I've seen bits and pieces. I've never seen it all.
I'm going to show it to them later, and we'll probably provide a commentary track.
Oh, if you'd like to see that.
Yeah. I have the DVD. I have the DVD, and that one, like, it had some of the animators from Akira work on it.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, like, I listened to the commentary tracks. Yeah. Like, Mark Hamill came back to reprise his role as the Joker.
It needs to get Mark Hamill back.
Yeah, like, it's very dark. It's way darker than the... I mean, Batman Beyond was kind of dark and very suggestive at some points. Like, it had some adult jokes, which kind of flew over my head, but kind of didn't at the same time.
I'd say in a lot of ways it went darker than, like, the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Because I felt like they could, because the character was a little bit lighter. Yeah. Also, fun fact, voice of the character?
Will Friedle?
Yeah, Eric from Boy Meets World.
Yes.
Shut up!
Eric from Boy Meets World is Batman.
Today, Will Friedle is also going to be the voice of the new in the Guardians of the Galaxy animated series. He's going to be Star-Lord. It's going to be Star-Lord.
Nice. That's perfect casting.
Nice.
Which is cool.
Does he say Mr. Feeney?
I hope so. Fun fact, Mr. Feeney used to be the voice of Knight Rider.
We were talking about this morning.
Kid, I need you, buddy. Kid. But yeah, like, not to get too sidetracked, but yeah, Batman Beyond, totally recommend it.
Yeah, it's so good. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like, if Superman is like, a thumb up, a thumb and a half, maybe.
No.
Like, go look up Batman Beyond, 2 thumbs up.
Even if you're not familiar with Batman, it's just a cool
that's the best thing about it.
And he busted Harley Quinn, and they put him into the comics later on.
He has his own comic book that's published right now digitally.
Yeah.
I believe. Digital first.
Digital first, and he was in the Future's End arc that just happened. I didn't follow on that one because it was just way too complicated because there were so many events going on. They brought him pre-52, I believe. Yeah. He was the Batman of the Future under...
Did you ever see the hint that Grant Morrison left in Batman Incorporated? Which one? He hints that he basically says, like, the idea is when Bruce Wayne was dead, I think it was either in Batman and Robin or Batman Incorporated, he wants to hint that you can still have that, so he shows... Terry McGinnis being Batman, but then when it cuts to the old man, it's Damian.
Oh, yeah. Because they did that in the pre-52, I believe. Yeah. I think he was under Tim Drake at one point, because Tim Drake eventually became Batman at some point. But that was like before. I don't remember that.
Well, that was from the Titans of Tomorrow. Jeff Johns did. I love Teen Titans. Sorry.
Yeah.
I do have to mention like 2 of my favorite things.
Yeah. Read comics, guys.
Yes.
They are amazing.
Yes.
Like, that's the real lasting legacy of the Timm-verse is that even the comic book people are like, no, it's the best.
Yeah, Bruce Timm, not just Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, Alan Burnett, Dwayne McDuffie, who eventually worked on Justice League, who passed away years ago.
Speaking of Dwayne McDuffie, I think it's kind of tangentially tied to the Bruce Timm-verse. I don't know how much he was involved with it, but we got to talk about Static Shock.
Static Shock, yes.
Which is another one that maybe I'm blinded a little bit by nostalgia.
It's a good show.
Because his best friend is so corny.
It had a rough start. Like, I think like
it's based on the comic book from the Milestone Comics that imprint that DC had by Dwayne McDuffie.
Yes.
Solid book, look it up.
All I have to say about Static Shock, it was entertaining enough. My sister watched it, and she does not superhero at all. So
yeah, I think most people watched it. I think also what is it? They crossed over with the Batman universe at some point. They crossed over with the Backstreet Boys. I remember.
Yes.
It was like the Scooby Doo of cartoons in terms of superheroes. Like there were a lot of guest stars. I think Shaquille O'Neal was on there.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Unfortunately, he wasn't playing Steel, his magnum opus.
Oh yeah.
But still pretty solid.
No, that's Kazam.
Kazam. Oh.
And obviously, his best movie is Steel.
Yeah. Shazam.
Where he has to free throw a grenade into a trash can to save someone. I'm not really sure.
Which is one of the remnants of the Superman Lives. That fell apart, but we'll talk about that later.
But I say Static Shock. Blinded by Nostalgia for me, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, totally.
But if you're not, you're gonna be like, alright. Yeah. Doing what Duffy can write.
But Static Shock plays in heavily into our next thing, which is Justice League.
Which you'll have to watch our next video to see.
Yes.
Party!